Today, I will be comparing both Donatello's and Michelangelo's David. We'll start off with Donatello's David first. So Donatello's David stands at about 5 feet tall. It doesn't seem very large when you think of someone who's 5 foot, but at the time it was one of the largest statues. His David is made of a bronze material, but is actually hollow, surprisingly. David gives off a very intimate and very vulnerable presence due to its youthfulness. This David does not have the idealized, athletic, heroic body that we're used to seeing in statues today. In this story of David and Goliath, David is a child, and in Donatello's version, you can see that youthfulness in the sculpture. He has his left hand on his hip. He has a smaller torso or figure. He doesn't even seem very strong, and yet he stands with a confidence while his foot is actually on top of Goliath's detached head. Compared to Michelangelo's version of David, which stands at a surprisingly 17 feet tall and is made of pure marble. This David is very classical and has a very idealized athletic body. So like I was saying, it's something that we're used to seeing in statues today. This David stands completely nude. So when you think of Donatello's David, he has on boots and he has on a hat. Michelangelo's David does not. He's completely nude. This David, although he looks young, he still looks a lot older, kind of like someone who's maybe in their 20s, 21s, 23, something like that, whereas Donatello's David looks like he could be 16 years old. That's how big the dramatic difference is between the two body structure and facial structures. So Michelangelo's David is looking straight ahead instead of down at the ground like Donatello's version. He has his slingshot draped across his shoulder. He's very focused and he looks stern. And yet he seems slightly uncertain and even kind of angry, in my opinion. When you think of, a lion and a zebra, whenever the lion notices a zebra, he locks eyes on his prey. And that's what I feel like Michelangelo's David is doing. He notices Goliath and he's ready, almost like he's thinking of all the ways that he could maybe go after him, I would say. Michelangelo's version portrays David before the fight with Goliath instead of after, compared to Donatello's. So both Donatello and Michelangelo's David is in a position of contrasposto. It's a very relaxed pose with weight on one leg while the other is bent. Both sculptures have one arm hanging straight down while the other is bent. Donatello's sculpture is meant to be for a private palace, while Michelangelo's David was specifically created to be placed in front of the Cathedral of Florence. So it's meant to be seen by the world, whereas Donatello's version is not. And that's why I believe there is such a dramatic difference in the idealized body between the two. Despite the differences, at the end of the day, both sculptures are representations of Florence Republic. Each David not only represents victory, but it also represents liberty, freedom, and even peace within the city. Thank you.